The first day always feels like walking onto a battlefield with no armor. Maya stepped into the crowded hallway of Westridge High with her head slightly lowered, new backpack straps cutting into her shoulders, the faint smell of her mother's jasmine perfume still clinging to her sweater. Whispers started like static electricity before she even reached her locker. Look at her shoes, are those actually from the bargain bin? Laughter erupted in sharp bursts from a tight circle of girls near the water fountain. Their leader, a tall blonde named Chelsea with perfect eyeliner and an even sharper tongue, tilted her head and called out loud enough for the whole corridor to hear, "Hey new girl, did you get lost on your way to the thrift store?" The group exploded into giggles, phones already raised like weapons to capture what they hoped would become the next viral humiliation. Maya felt every stare like needles, but she didn't run. She simply turned the combination lock with steady fingers, placed her books inside with deliberate care, and closed the metal door softly. Most kids would have crumbled right there, tears already burning, but Maya only exhaled once, long and slow, the way her grandfather had taught her years ago before every morning Kata practice back in Busan. She remembered his calm voice. The loudest storm makes the least movement. So she walked to homeroom without a single word, shoulders square, letting the laughter chase her like a failed echo. By lunch the mockery had grown legs and teeth. Chelsea's crew had given Maya a nickname, Thrift Store Tina. It didn't even make sense, but cruelty rarely needs logic. They sat at the best table in the cafeteria, center stage, reenacting Maya's every movement from the morning with exaggerated slowness. One girl mimicked her careful way of placing books, another copied the quiet way she shut her locker. Phones recorded it all. Comments flooded in real time. She moves like she's scared of breaking, bet she cries herself to sleep, why even come to school looking like that? Maya carried her tray. Plain rice, one boiled egg, a small container of kimchi her mom had packed, to the very last table near the emergency exit. She sat alone. No one joined her. No one even looked sorry. Halfway through her meal Chelsea strutted over, flanked by her lieutenants, and leaned both hands on Maya's table so hard the tray jumped. Eating your sad little poor girl lunch. Cute. Maybe next time ask your mom to pack some dignity. The laughter hit like a slap. Maya lifted her eyes slowly. For the first time Chelsea saw something flicker there. Not fear, not anger, something colder and deeper, like the moment before lightning decides to strike. Maya spoke 4 quiet words. You talk too much. Then she returned to her rice, calm as a lake at dawn. Chelsea blinked, thrown off for half a second, before recovering with a dramatic scoff and walking away to louder laughs. But that half-second hesitation planted a tiny seed no one noticed. The taunts followed Maya through every class like smoke. Notes slipped into her backpack called her discount doll. Someone drew a cartoon of her on the bathroom stall door wearing a trash bag dress. In gym, when she changed in the corner stall, voices floated over the lockers. Bet she's hiding scars from falling off the turnip truck. Maya never answered back. She simply listened, catalogued every word, every face, every laugh. After school she didn't go straight home. Instead she walked 3 blocks past the main road to the small, weathered building with the faded sign, Hans Martial Arts Academy. The bell above the door chimed weakly. Inside smelled of sweat, pine floor wax, and old leather. Master Han, her grandfather's old friend, looked up from wiping down a punching bag. He was 71, wiry, silver hair cropped short, eyes sharp as broken glass. He didn't ask why she was there after so many months away. He only said, "Belt still fits." Maya nodded once. He pointed to the mat. "Warm up. Then we talk with fists." For 2 hours she moved through forms, taekwondo patterns her body still remembered even if her heart had tried to forget. Every kick snapped the air. Every block cracked like thunder. Master Han watched silently. When she finished, drenched, breathing hard, he handed her a towel and asked only one question. Who? Maya answered with 3 names. Chelsea, Brooke, Lauren. He nodded once. Tomorrow we train harder. Revenge is not the goal. Respect for yourself is. Maya bowed low. For the first time in 3 days she smiled. Day 3 brought escalation. Chelsea had decided Maya's silence meant weakness. During 3rd period English, while the teacher stepped out to photocopy worksheets, Chelsea walked to Maya's desk, snatched the notebook she was writing in, and began reading aloud in a mocking baby voice. Dear diary, today the mean girls were mean again, the class roared. Maya stood up slowly. Chelsea smirked, dangling the notebook higher. What? Gonna cry now? Maya didn't reach for it. Instead she stepped forward until only 6 inches separated them. Her voice came out soft but blade sharp. Give it back. Last warning. Chelsea laughed. Too loud, too long, then tore the page out and let it flutter to the floor. That was the moment something inside Maya clicked like a lock turning. Not rage. Precision. She didn't touch Chelsea. She simply looked at her the way a hawk looks at a mouse that has just realized it's no longer hidden. Chelsea felt it. Her laugh died in her throat. She dropped the notebook and backed up 2 steps without meaning to. The bell rang. Everyone scattered. But Chelsea's eyes stayed wide a second too long. After school the confrontation moved outdoors. Chelsea had rallied more than her usual crew. Almost 12 girls waited near the bike racks, phones ready, live stream titles already decided. New girl gets wrecked. Maya appeared exactly on time, backpack slung over one shoulder, hood up against the late afternoon wind. Chelsea stepped forward, chin high. Thought you'd run home crying today. Maya pulled her hood down. I'm here. Chelsea laughed again, but it sounded thinner now. She shoved Maya's shoulder, hard. Maya didn't stumble. She absorbed the push, stepped sideways, and reset her stance so naturally no one noticed it was a fighting posture. Chelsea shoved again. This time Maya moved, a small, clean pivot, and Chelsea's momentum carried her stumbling forward. The crowd gasped. Chelsea spun around, face red. You think you're tough? She swung an open-handed slap. Maya's left hand rose like a shield, forearm blocking the wrist cleanly, redirecting the energy so Chelsea spun half around again. No punch. No kick. Just control. Chelsea shrieked and lunged wildly. Maya sidestepped, caught the wrist midair, twisted gently but firmly into a basic wrist lock, forcing Chelsea down to one knee without ever breaking skin. The phones kept recording. Maya leaned close and spoke so only Chelsea could hear. I don't want to hurt you. But I will protect myself. Choose. Then she released. Chelsea stayed on her knee for 3 full seconds, breathing hard, tears mixing with humiliation. The crowd went completely silent. The video spread like wildfire that night. But it didn't show what Chelsea expected. It showed her lunging, missing, stumbling, then kneeling while Maya stood calm, almost gentle. Comments flipped fast. Wait, did the new girl just? She didn't even hit her. That block was clean AF. Chelsea got owned without a single punch thrown. By morning the nickname, Thrift Store Tina, had vanished. In its place people whispered, the quiet one, or simply, Maya. Chelsea stayed homesick the next 2 days. When she finally returned, the energy had shifted irreversibly. Girls who used to orbit her now kept distance. Boys who used to laugh now looked away. Maya walked the halls the same way she always had, head up, steps even, no swagger. But no one laughed anymore. In the cafeteria that Friday, something unexpected happened. A sophomore girl with purple streaks in her hair slid her tray onto Maya's table without asking. I'm Riley. Saw the video. That was insane. Can I sit? Maya nodded. 2 minutes later another girl joined. Then a boy from art class. By the end of lunch 6 people sat around her, talking about anime, music, weekend plans, normal things. Maya listened more than she spoke, but she smiled more than she had in weeks. Across the room Chelsea watched from her old table, now half empty. She didn't approach. She didn't speak. She just stared at her untouched salad until the bell rang. Weeks passed. Maya never bragged. She never lorded the moment over anyone. She simply existed, polite, steady, present. She rejoined Taekwondo classes 3 evenings a week. Master Han never praised her in words, but he started teaching her advanced forms, the ones reserved for black belts. One afternoon after practice he handed her a small black envelope. Inside was a single line of calligraphy. Strength without cruelty is true power. She kept it in her wallet after that. Chelsea changed slowly, the way ice melts under steady sun. She stopped wearing so much makeup. Stopped leading every conversation. One Tuesday in late spring she waited outside the martial arts academy until Maya finished class. She looked smaller without her usual armor. I'm not here to fight, she said quickly. I wanted to say sorry. Really sorry. I was awful. Maya studied her for a long moment. Then she nodded once. I accept it. But sorry only matters if you change. Chelsea swallowed. I'm trying. They stood in silence a few seconds. Then Maya said quietly, if you ever want to learn how to stand up without hurting people, the door here is open. Chelsea blinked back tears, nodded, and walked away. She never became Maya's best friend. But she never bullied anyone again either. By the end of the school year Maya was no longer the new girl. She was Maya, the one who didn't need to shout to be heard, who didn't need to hit to win, who carried herself with the kind of quiet that makes noise irrelevant. On the last day of school she walked out the front doors with Riley and the others laughing beside her. Chelsea passed by, offered a small, hesitant wave. Maya waved back. No words. Just acknowledgement. As the summer sun hit her face Maya thought of her grandfather's old teaching, the storm passes. The mountain remains. She smiled softly, adjusted her backpack, and stepped into the light, not as a victim, not as a conqueror, but simply as herself. Strong, whole, unbreakable,